Hallo und willkommen. Ich bin Meister Lenz and you're watching Get Germanized. Questions Germans cannot answer.
I am bored. What should I do?
Ich weiß.
Get Germanized.
So I found this interesting article on BuzzFeed. It's also going to be linked in the video description, of course. And they said, well, here are some questions that Germans will definitely not be able to answer. It's mostly apparently people on Twitter asking these questions. So someone went and collected a whole bunch of questions from Twitter that people asked Germans or about Germans just in general, I suppose. And the first thing is, why do Germans seem everything so scary, like in their language? For example, pen is Stift. Stift, pen. I would say it's mostly a matter of pronunciation, and I'm pretty sure most of you are aware about this. That Germans can sound scary to some people, definitely, because we use a lot of sounds that other languages just don't have. Or, for example, when I tried to learn a bit of Arabic for a video series, German attempting to learn languages, I just found it profoundly difficult sometimes to even attempt to make some of these sounds that Arabic speakers would make with their mouths. And of course then I saw like, oh, this is what it feels like to people who want to learn anything really other than English, I suppose, because English is or seems fairly easy to most people, I believe. For me it was. I'm not sure if that's the case for everyone. I mean, Germans struggle with accents, with their dialect. I still have a German dialect, but I think I sound more German than I would sometimes because I incorporate a lot of British English sounds and mix them with American English sounds and sometimes even Australian English sounds, because I lived a year in Australia, and also a couple of months in London, and I dated an English-speaking lady more than once, so that might play into it. And of course, every now and then my normal German accent will slip out nevertheless. And I don't know, it might just be a weird mix out of all these things. So if I sound scary, that's why. And yeah, let's move on to the next question, I suppose. Why do Germans act, or always act, like someone ate their last cupcake? I don't know what that means. Like, I guess supposedly we're always grumpy and angry, like, who ate my Kuchen, mein Küchlein, mein cupcake? I don't know. No one ate my cupcake. I defended to the death. I can tell you that much. But I don't know where this stereotype is coming from. I guess because Germans just naturally have a resting bitch face most of the time. I'm included. I'm guilty of that. Whenever I walk around in a city, I don't look friendly most of the time. When I'm not talking to other people, I just walk around like this, just minding my own business, probably thinking about something else. And of course, we will seem as if we're angry sometimes, but we're not. I can promise you that much. And some people just have an unfortunate genetic disadvantage where their mouths just look unhappy more than they should, I guess. But that's, again, no one's fault. That's just genetics, and I don't think that's the case for many Germans, but that might be one of the reasons. And of course, the German humor is different from other people's humors. I don't know. That's why many foreigners always think we don't have any sense of humor at all, which is definitely not true. And I talked to a lot of foreigners that said, well, that's just bullshit. After coming to Germany, I came here with the impression that no one would laugh ever. But you guys are pretty funny, actually. It's just that you're funny in a different way. You're not, maybe it's more quality over quantity. Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember what they said exactly, but they just found us to be funny. And I was like, yeah, that's nice. I like to laugh. I like to crack jokes. I'm super silly, actually, in a private setting with my friends. We talk so much shit all the time. And I don't think people expect that from Germans. But as soon as you get to know us a little better and we open up to you, that's another thing, we have to open up to you first. We talk so much bullshit. Or I don't know, I can just speak for me, obviously. I talk shit all the time, right? But no, it's just a matter of getting to know us better and just getting that little funny person out of us. Just tease him as long as it takes, and then it will happen at some point, I'm pretty sure. So no one stole our cupcakes. We defend our cupcakes. I do sometimes, and that might be the reason why you seem, or you have the impression that we're not funny at all and that we will kill you over a cupcake. But that's not true necessarily. Another question is, if Germans are so orderly and civilized and correct, why can't they stand in a queue for dear life? That's a question, apparently. I don't know if that's a true question to ask. Like, I don't see any Germans skipping line that often. I guess it happens sometimes that if there's like a counter, we just approach it from all sides. Like, for example, let's say there's a bakery shop or whatever. At the train station, there's probably not going to be just one person and like just one queue, but multiple ones. I'm not sure if that's what you mean, if that's what you're referring to. I guess it is, and I'm not sure where that's coming from either. But we expect the shopkeepers to know basically what person was there first. And we expect them to honor that, and we get angry if if they pick someone that was there after us. But I see how that can look confusing to some people outside, like to outsiders that just visit Germany. But we expect the whatever barkeeper or salesperson to just have seen us when we come in, and also know when the other person came in, and then make a choice accordingly, and not give something to another person first, even though it was us that was there before. So I guess it's a confusing system to some, but we just expect a lot from the shopkeepers. That might be the answer to this. It's easy and simple. I'm not sure. Next question is, why do Germans never have proper bowls? I'm stuck between like a massive size bowl for cereal and a tiny size bowl. I'm really not sure where this is coming from. I've never seen that happen. But I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe our bowl sizes are different, are a bit massive. I'm really not 100% sure though, because I feel like our bowls are normal size, but I grew up with them. I guess it has to do with the fact that Germans like to eat a lot, I guess, sometimes. And then there are people that just don't eat a lot at all. So maybe we only have those two extremes. That's probably bullshit. I have no answer for this. This is truly a question me as a German cannot answer. Or I as a German cannot answer. And maybe you guys have an answer for this outside there. I can only speculate, like I said. Maybe it was just the norm at some point for people. Maybe they thought, well, yeah, people only buy these two kind of sizes. Like maybe they tried it out beforehand, and it was just so that no one else or no other sizes were bought enough to really make them a standard. I feel like that's probably the reason. Otherwise, why would they do that? And it's probably not even true, I feel. There must be all different sizes, not just two. I mean, I know for a fact that's not true. So maybe this isn't even a valid question, a valid thing to ask. Maybe it's just wrong. Could be. Next up, why do Germans struggle to say the word squirrel? And I feel like, yeah, I have to go out of my way a little bit to say squirrel, but it's not impossible, I think, for a German speaker to say it. But that's not the question, I think. That's actually very interesting. So why do we struggle? It's not about why can't Germans say it, because that's not true. Like, I can say it, and I know people that can say it. But why do we struggle? I think that comes down again to the fact that we just produce different sounds, and the sounds in squirrel might just not be something that we usually have to make with a form with our mouths. Squirrel. No, definitely. I can't think of any German words that incorporate those sounds, at least not off the top of my head. So that's probably it. We just don't make these sounds, and so our tongues and our lips and just our whole vocal system isn't used to producing these sounds. And of course, if you're not used to something, you will struggle, and it took me probably quite a long time to even get it almost right. I'm not even sure if I'm doing it right. Squirrel. I attributed an entire video to this word actually once. So I sat down in a suit. I can link that video in the video description as well if you want. And I just pronounced squirrel in different sound, like different intonations, like squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. And yeah, I don't know if that's entertaining or not, but I wanted to prove that I can do it, I guess to an extent. But yeah, check that video out if you're interested. Next up, explain to me why Germans always translate an English program into their own language. It makes me furious. Well, I don't know, I guess it's nicer for German people not to have to read the subtitles for a movie or a show, so I understand, but I actually agree with you. I prefer it in the original language as well, because that's the way the producer and the filmmakers and the writers and like they intended it to be. And some of the jokes only work in English. They don't really work in German all that well, or at all sometimes. I don't have an example right now, but some jokes just don't translate. And so I get it. It's annoying if you come to Germany and expect subtitles on the TV or something like that, or even just an English program, and you don't get it. So I get it. It's frustrating sometimes. It's inconvenient, but it happens, and it will keep happening, I suppose, as long as Germans are not perfect in English. But there's another thing, like, many Germans know English, and we are trained in English ever since 5th grade, or even now, probably starting in 1st grade or 2nd grade, or even kindergarten sometimes. So it really depends on where you go. In Germany as well, I guess in some areas the education of English is better, but all in all, Germans are pretty good at English, but still not that good. You know, it's not like a second native language in our country. It's still something that we struggle with the pronunciation as well, and that's why strong German accents and dialects exist. And I don't think it will change that soon, so better get used to us dubbing everything and us using, I don't know, subtitles, not subtitles, yeah, just dubbing everything, I suppose, because it's just more convenient, it's easier for us. And yeah, my apologies if that's something you don't like or that you cannot bear. Don't watch TV in Germany then, I suppose. But I also think it's a great way to learn. If you don't really speak German yet, listening to it on TV or to my all German videos or just anyone speaking German is a great way to learn. And so I encourage you to try at least, instead of just hating on German TV for using German language. Okay, next up, why do German radio stations only play Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana? They got so much more to offer. Like what, the radio stations or the band? And I guess it's just the most famous song. Not sure. Also, that goes into the same question, I think, or in the same area of the question. German radio stations just play a lot of English-speaking songs, and why that is, I cannot really tell you. I guess the Germans just like the sound of English. We have radio stations that play a lot of German songs as well, but English music is just super duper popular in Germany, and so you will not get around listening to at least some some English songs on a radio station here in Germany, because it's just so popular. But yeah, I'm not sure why they would only play one song all the time. I mean, I don't think they do. Maybe at some point they did, but it's true that that song is still an all-time favorite. I mean, everywhere in the world, right? Not only Germany. Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana is a fantastic song. I mean, I agree they do have more to offer, more other great songs, but it's a great song. Don't hate on Smells Like Teen Spirit, man. Don't hate on it. Why do Germans always or often start emails with greetings from Germany? I have no idea, but that's actually something I was guilty of, or have been guilty of in the past as well. I've definitely said that before. Grüße aus Deutschland, greetings from Germany. And I have no idea why that is. Maybe because we're proud of where we're from. Even if most people don't believe we are. I still like my country. I'm still proud of my country. Maybe we want just other people to know where we're from, to maybe initiate a conversation, maybe have them ask questions that we can answer about the culture, about where we come from, about the language maybe. I don't know, just as a piece of information, because we Germans appreciate information, and we appreciate giving, or we like to give that information to others as well, because we value it so much. Maybe that has to do with it. I'm not sure, but I definitely have said that before as well, so guilty as charged, I suppose. Next up, why do Germans have access to the McRib all the time? I guess at McDonald's, and even with bacon, rib. Like, rest in peace, because they died because it's so unfair. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's just something that the German McDonald's branches have picked up on, that Germans really like that. I don't even know if that's still true, this accusation, because I don't really eat it that often. I'm not a massive fan of it. I had it before, and I guess that's when I found out that I'm not a massive fan. But I definitely remember it being offered for quite some time. So that is probably something true. I don't know, I guess it has to do with marketing and with just selling things, like wanting to sell more product, more food. Because why wouldn't you offer something longer when you see that that is one of your best selling options? It makes sense, doesn't it? Like if the Big Mac would sell most, of course you will always have the Big Mac. I mean, which they do, right? It's probably something that sells very well and all the time. So of course they offer people the Big Mac option a lot. Other things that they don't sell as much, maybe they just take it out of the menu at some point. And same in Germany, same in any other country. So I get it, why they would do that. And I understand why some people do it. The chick there just looked at me like, what is he doing? Is he filming? Yeah, I'm filming. Damn you. But yeah, that might be it. Next question. Next up, why can't the Germans find still water? I'm sick of bubbles. What do you mean find water, still water? We have still water. We sell it even in bottles. Just go for stilles Wasser, like still water. Done. And I mean, at home, I often drink just from the tap. It's very not unhealthy here. Like it's safe. The water is super safe from the tap, so you can just drink that pretty much anywhere in Germany. Most of the time, at least. I mean, it happened before that there was like a bacterial infection because of, I don't know, a leak in one of the pipes, and then just from the fields where the cows graze and stuff, like stuff got in there, and then they have to clean it out. But like 90%, 99%, I would say even, in the year, that water is safe to drink. And I mean, people don't do it often, but if you really wanted to, you could even ask for still water at a restaurant. I mean, for free, like tap water, Leitungswasser it is in German. People might look at you a bit weird because usually that's not a thing in Germany, free tap water. But I'm pretty sure you could get it because it is a human right and you would die without water, so they can't really deny you that. And they might even, I don't know if they make you pay for it, some might not. But I'm pretty sure if you pay for it, you can get still water for sure. They must have that option on the menu, or at least must have a few bottles for those people who want it that way. Most Germans, I guess, like it sparkly and bubbly. So that's why we have it and offer it everywhere. My apologies to all those who don't like it. I understand it's a bit weird if you never had that, but just think of it as soda without taste. Isn't that fantastic? Yummy! Next up, how come Germans don't know how to cook bacon properly? I'm not sure if that's true. What do you mean? Do you mean black? Make it black and all cancerous? No, I won't do that, if possible. I want it crispy, yeah. And then later, after it's crispy, I put it on a tissue to get rid of the excess fat, and then I eat it. I'm not sure if that's right or wrong, but that's how I do it. And I would think that's how you're supposed to. And if not, well, please teach me in the comments how to cook bacon right. I'm not sure. Anyway, if you have any more questions that Germans probably wouldn't be able to answer, or you think Germans would have a hard time answering, then let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer it. Oh look, a hitchhiker. That's rare in Germany. I don't really usually see hitchhikers. Huh. Anyway, apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen.